y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's early in the morning and I'm at Times Square voluntarily, which can only mean one thing. It's Vogue Knitting Live. Vogue Knitting is definitely one of my favorite yarn events of the year, so I've been really looking forward to this weekend. Today's Saturday and my goal for the day is just to hang out, explore the marketplace, talk to people, squish some yarn, hopefully not spend too much money, and just have a fun time. So yes, let's head over to the venue. I'm gonna drop off my big puffy winter coat and show you my outfit. Okay, so today I'm wearing an outfit that I'm particularly excited about because I haven't actually worn it out yet, even though I finished it over a year ago. I only blocked it literally last night. This is a panguona that I made using a ton of different scrap and stash yarns. I was just cleaning, and while I was organizing my yarn, I started making little color palettes, and then this came to be. So let me show you. All right, let's go to the event. I started my day by wandering around the venue. The majority of this event takes place on 2 different floors of this huge hotel, and there's a giant marketplace on each floor, which are just so fun to walk around and explore. This year, there was a whole section of the marketplace dedicated to local farm-to-fiber businesses, which was just so cool. We explored a little bit for one of the marketplace areas. I want to go to the other one now, but first I want to show you a new toy that I got.
Okay, so the workbook, does anyone do journals or workbooks or bullet journals, things like that, where you just write your notes and draw on it and stuff like that? We're very visual. So the workbook basically...
I really look forward to this event every year. Not only is it a super fun way to gather some supplies for my textile and fiber projects, but this marketplace is also just filled with inspiration. There are so many colors and textures and unique techniques, and I just love wandering around, examining samples, squishing yarn, listening to talks, seeing what everyone around me is wearing, and chatting with inspiring people who are doing really cool things. And speaking of inspiring people doing really cool things, at this event I met up with my friend Eva, aka the Scottish Yarn Festival, and her friend, my new friend, Tina of Tina's Toasty Toes. You might recognize Eva from my Scotland vlogs when I visited her wonderful festival, and she was here at Vogue Knitting Live as a stop on her American tour to promote her yarn brand. So of course, we hung out over the course of this event and explored some of it together, which was just such a treat. After our lunch break, I visited another one of my favorite parts of this event, and that's the section dedicated to textile and fiber artists, and they had some really fun pieces featured.
texture, bold lines, and a chic Mandarin-style collar. The back of the garment is nuanced, knit entirely in a twisted, broken rib stitch. The combination of simple stitch sequences and motifs.
Hello, I just wrapped up my wonderful day at Vogue Knitting, day 1, and I will see you tomorrow for day 2. Here's my outfit for day 2 of Vogue Knitting Live. I'm wearing a top that I made myself. I wove the fabric on my floor loom and then sewed it into this boxy shirt. I'm also wearing my Sophie scarf made with a seaweed-based tencel yarn, and a crocheted necklace that I bought at the Scottish Yarn Festival. And then I spent the morning wandering around the festival. The day before was Saturday, and Saturdays are notoriously crazy busy. So today, Sunday, was definitely a bit more chill, and I could actually take my time to check out every single vendor just to make sure I didn't miss anything. At the end of the day, I met up with Eva and Tina for dinner, and we had a wonderful time relaxing and reflecting on this weekend's events. Hello again, I just finished up with today's event and I'm on my way home. My goal is to try to beat this unprecedented snowstorm that's about to come, so I'm gonna try to get home safely, and then when we get there, I'm gonna show you everything that I got this weekend. Hello, it's the next day and I want to show you everything I got at the festival. Okay, well actually first I want to tell you about a yarn that I didn't get at the festival, but that kind of informed all of these other purchases. So in my January vlog, I visited a little town called Chester and they had an adorable yarn store, and I found a yarn that I totally fell in love with there. So I ended up getting 2 skeins of it, and my thought was, okay, what if I take one skein and knit a hat, and then take another skein and incorporate it into a weaving project to make a coordinating set. Then when I was at the store, I found this pom-pom that's made out of fox fur, I believe, in this incredible green color, and it all just goes so well together. The project just started developing in front of me, and I knew that was the direction I wanted to head in. So I had the hat part figured out because that's easy. It's just one of these skeins and the pom-pom, and now I have this other skein, and I wanted to use this to kind of guide color-wise a weaving project. So everything that I got at Vogue Knitting Live was pretty much just to directly tie back to this, and there were a couple other things too, but the mostly what I purchased was related to this project. So I got 3 things that directly coordinate, and one of them is this really, really beautiful baby Suri alpaca and silk yarn from Fiber Stash Dye Works. This color could not be a more perfect match. I just think the 2 of these coordinate amazingly. I also just really, really love yarns with super fuzzy textures in my weavings, and I thought having that Suri alpaca halo throughout in this really, really beautiful, vibrant berry magenta kind of color would add a lot to my project. The next thing I got is this very, very fluffy skein of chartreuse yarn. This is kid mohair, wool, and nylon, and it's from Cowgirl Blues. This is one of those yarns that I just saw in the distance, and it immediately made me smile just because it's this crazy color that I love, and it's so fluffy and so textural, and I think it'll be really fun for this project. The last thing I got for this project is a braid of roving, and this is from Dirty Girl Yarn. I've been spinning a lot more lately, and I thought for this project incorporating some of my hand spun could be a fun little addition. And again, the colors just could not be a better match. So yeah, these are all the fibers that I got specifically with this project in mind, and I'm really, really looking forward to starting this project. It's definitely going to become its own video. I'm going to show you the entire thing from start to finish, so definitely keep your eyes out for that. Okay, now for purchases that are totally unrelated to that. I got this really beautiful braid from Cesium Yarn. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. When I went into their booth, they had a big Kermit the Frog Muppet just sitting on their shelf surrounded by this fiber, and I asked them about it just because it was very silly. And they told me that because this was their first time doing a show in Manhattan, they wanted to make a special colorway. So what they did was they took the poster for the Muppets Take Manhattan and used that as color inspiration for a whole bunch of yarn and fiber, and I just knew I had to snag some of that. It's not only just a beautiful braid of fiber, it has a lot of colors that I've been really enjoying these days, like this royal blue. beautiful lavenders, oranges, peaches. But I also just like adore the Muppets. So yeah, I got some Muppet fiber during this festival, and it really feels like I'm holding a Muppet right now. And I think that just adds to my love of this. And the last thing I got was kind of an experimental purchase. This booth was really interesting because they pretty much only sold these like gradient cakes. I had seen these before at other festivals, but like there's something about the colors that were offered at this booth that I was really excited about. So I started exploring them, and then the gears started turning. I could totally see like a million ways to use this in a knitting project. I think the opportunities are pretty much endless, but I started trying to like figure out like, okay, if I wanted to weave with this, like what could I do with it? My first thought was like, okay, I could use this as weft for a project, and that way the fabric would have like a gradient going from end to end, like from fringe to fringe. But then my other thought was, what if I tried to use this as a warp? Then the project would gradient from side to side, like selvage edge to selvage edge. And I think that could be a really cool experiment. This yarn is made of mulberry silk and camel hair. It is so soft and luxurious. Like that was another thing that definitely drew me to it. So I think if I do decide to use this as a warp, I think the fabric is gonna be so beautiful. Also, this is literally 1,066 meters of yarn. So this is more than enough for a very substantial warp. And that was another reason I picked it up. Yeah, beautiful colors, stunning fiber combination, really nice length. I'm excited. So yeah, that is my official haul, like the things that I purchased at this festival, and I'm really, really excited about everything that I got. But I also have one more bag of goodies from this festival. So while I was at Vogue Knitting Live, I met up with my friend Eva, who is the director of the Scottish Yarn Festival, and I met her when I was in Scotland. We bonded instantly, and I was so excited to see that she was coming to this event, and she gave me a whole bag of goodies that I'm just like blown away by. So let me show you some of that. Of course, first I have a Scottish Yarn Festival tote in a really fun neon pink color that I am so excited to carry with me. And in this tote, she gifted me this absolutely beautiful art bat. This bat was made by Dye Candy Fiber, which is a UK-based brand, and it is just so beautiful. And when I saw this, I immediately was like, wait a second. It goes with my project, like perfectly. Like as if she designed this bat to go with this yarn that I spent the whole festival trying to find like coordinating things for. So yeah, this art bat is definitely gonna end up pairing with this and showing up in this crazy project that I'm making. Eva also has a yarn brand called the Scottish Yarn Festival, and I actually purchased a couple skeins of that back when I was in Scotland. At this weekend's festival, Eva was handing out some of her yarn as samples, and towards the end of the weekend, she had quite a few left and was just like, Andrea, take a couple. I may have shed a tear. I picked out these three. I have two of them from the colorway Wallace, and it's this really beautiful, like deep maroon. I also got a skein in a colorway called Anderson, and it's this really beautiful teal blue. This yarn is just so stunning, and I love that it's 100% wool made in the UK. The Scottish Yarn Festival logo on it, like it's just like so cool. I'm just like beyond thankful for her generosity. Like she gave me so many beautiful things. They will all certainly make appearances in my upcoming projects, and I could not be happier. Anyway, that just about wraps up my whole Vogue Knitting Live experience. I hope you had fun tagging along with me on this festival adventure. This year's Vogue Knitting Live was definitely like a bit crazier than previous years, so I tried my best to film and to show you everything that was going on, but I still had a wonderful time going around shopping, seeing what people are selling, seeing what's trendy, reconnecting with friends, making new friends. Honestly, that's my favorite part of all of these like yarn festival experiences. I just love walking around, chatting with people, asking people about their businesses and what they do. It's also an event where a lot of people from the fiber world will come, so you get to see a lot of people that you follow online and friends that you have through social media or friends that you have in real life. It's just like a very cheerful social event, and honestly I don't really know what could be better than shopping and friendship, so it was a perfect weekend. If you'd like to see some more of my fiber adventures and also see where all of these beautiful yarns and fibers end up, definitely hit that subscribe button, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye!